What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a Heart's Desire reading for the sign of Gemini. Okay, Gemini, you guys are last but not least part of the week 2 crew for the Zodiac lineup. Okay, hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. Um, you guys won't have another reading until sometime next month. Okay. I will be taking probably like a week off, trying to get back into the schedule again. But again, I'm always here for you guys as quickly as I can with the readings. Okay. So we do one from the top for your present energy, one from the bottom for your past energy, and then one energetically from the middle, which we could have a little bit of placement energy from other signs with Gemini in their chart. So hopefully you don't mind Gemini sun placements. Okay. So that being said, let's see what's going on with you guys. Okay. So presently we have the Two of Cups. I will say before I started your reading, I did see the Six of Cups while I was shuffling. And so I feel like this kind of sharing energy possibly, okay, or kind of having a similarity in a thought process possibly with someone else. All right. Past energy is Ace of Wands. Okay. And then for future energy, we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Four of Pentacles. So let's get started with this present energy with this Two of Cups. Okay. Presently, you possibly are kind of vibing with someone right now. Or maybe dealing with some partnerships, whether it be collaborations in business or a relationship type vibe. Okay. I think you guys have been kind of in this energy, I think, since last year, towards the tail end, I believe. Okay. So everything is kind of meshing right now. As you can see, their arms are interlocked and kind of taking sips, but bouncing ideas off of each other possibly. Okay, could be a get together of some sort that you could be planning, which could be fun. There's mountains and things of that nature. Okay, but like I said, some like-minded conversation. Okay. Past energy, we have this Ace of Wands. Okay, Ace of Wands is usually talking about some kind of an offering of action. Okay, so it could have been something in the past. Maybe you were trying to do something in the past, an opportunity of some sort. Okay, but maybe things got a little bit thwarted, and now presently you're trying to pick back up where you left off at. Okay. It could be the same situation in regards to a relationship if that's the case for some of you. But again, this screams opportunity in the past to do something, but again, something got put to a halt for some reason. Okay, could have been finances, could have been maybe communication kind of falling by the wayside. Plenty of obstacles possibly could have been in the way. Okay, now that being said, let's get into the future placement of energy, which is the Four of Pentacles. Okay, Four of Pentacles usually is showing someone holding on to one of the coins, and then the other one's kind of being scattered about, one on the head, two at the feet. Okay, these pentacles are like spheres in a rectangle being held in one place. Okay, so it is some holding back. It could be partially about finances, having the finances to be able to pull off this collaboration of some sort. Okay, like I said, or gathering. Funds may not be there as far as being equally shared. Okay, equal interest, but not equally able to execute. Okay, for some reason. Okay, could primarily be around finances. Okay, so Let's see what the overall outcome is, Geminis. And it is the sun, okay? It is the sun. Very beautiful, very vibrant. This woman is meditating under the sun, okay? What's done in the dark will come to light, okay? There's some enlightenment. As you can see, the sun is right over the crown chakra, okay? Now, I'm not trying to spew any negative energy. I always try to remain as positive as possible on this channel, okay? So I'm not going to get into any negativities here, okay? Like I said, it could be, and this is kind of piggybacking off of Capricorns, you could either have Capricorn in your chart or dealing with a Capricorn, but you don't have to be. It's just an honorable mention. But it could be some enlightenment in regards to maybe a friendship or a connection that has ran its course somehow, okay? That maybe, like I said, not equal interest in doing something, but not equally the same in execution, okay? So like I said, there's going to be some hiccups again that's going to stop you from being able to do this plan that you've been trying to work on since maybe last year sometime, okay? It could be some enlightenment for some of you about the type of people that you want to be around you or the type of person that you want to date. It just all depends on what your vibe is right now, okay, Gemini? So let's get into the clarifiers, okay? To see if we can get a little bit more information. One from the top for the Two of Cups, one from the bottom for the Ace of Wands, and then one energetically from the middle, which I think I'm going to go here with it, for the Four of Pentacles. And then we'll look at the bottom of the deck to clarify the Sun energy, okay? I will say, just from this year alone, if you just look at the year, okay, if you only look at the year, it's 2023, which equals up to 7, okay, some form of inner strength, okay, and you may have to have the strength to come to this realization or have this enlightenment, especially if you've been avoiding it, okay. Now, let's see what you have with these clarifiers. So we have Temperance, okay, to start, okay. Now, Temperance has been coming up a lot in the first set, in the first part of the spread, okay, for Capricorn and for Taurus, okay. And I believe it came through for Virgo as well, okay. But you can go and look, okay. Just fast forward. Next, we have 9 of materials for the past energy with the Ace of Wands, okay. 9 of materials came out in the same place for Capricorn, I believe, okay. Lastly, we have the 7 of Inspiration, which is the 7 of Wands, which is for this 4 of Pentacles, okay. So, like I said, it's not negative energy. I think this is just a reading kind of telling you what you already know, Gemini. And like I said, you've just been avoiding it, okay? Reason why I say that is because with these two paired together with this 2 of Cups, okay? 2 of Cups with this Temperance, okay? Temperance is talking about having patience, okay? And presently you are trying to have patience, I believe, with some people in your life, okay? Close friendships, maybe ones that you've had for a really long time, okay, that you have been dealing with maybe their values not matching with yours, or lots of excuses maybe for why they're not able to do certain things. You've been understanding, okay, because, you know, everything is justifiable once you know the whole situation. And sometimes you don't want to know the whole situation, but in this instance of trying to plan something or do something with this person, it seems to always be a situation, okay? And so you've been kind of patient as much as you can, okay? Maybe you've been pretty much tolerating this person in the sense of them having a lot of drama in their lives. They constantly rely on you to kind of talk to you, kind of be their counselor, things of that nature, and maybe you're kind of losing patience, okay, because temperance is showing up, okay. So for some of you, you may just need to be patient, okay, in the sense of if you really enjoy this connection with this person, be, considerate and patient as much as you possibly can. Um, Maybe because of the fact that you've shared the same experiences, okay, because that's usually sometimes most of the reasonings for some people kind of continuing to deal with other people's, situations, if you will. Because I have done that in the past also, just to offer a listening ear and, give advice where needed. But if the person isn't really utilizing that advice that you're giving them to their best benefit, then you're just beating a dead horse at that point. So, as they say in old sayings. Now, let's go ahead and move into this past energy. Okay, Ace of Wands with this Nine of Materials. Okay, so in the past, I think any opportunities that came your way as far as social events, experiences, things of that nature, you're always open to new experiences and you're always stable enough, and we're talking about finances here, to do things, okay? Um, you could be the type of person that always has money for lunch or always has the ability to go to certain events or very outgoing. Okay, as you see, this person has their arms open wide, roses floating above them with hand out, kind of holding one of the roses. And it's, we've got these dots around her kind of in a circle and just feeling very free and very open. Okay, so I feel as though that's how you are, Gemini. You're very outgoing, very social, and you can afford to do these things. Okay. And so in the past, you've possibly maybe taken things by the horn and just, did things. Maybe you spotted a few people here and there from time to time. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Now, you could low key subconsciously wonder if this friend or person or other people would do the same thing for you. Okay. Maybe at one point in time you could have used that type of help, but nobody was there for you in the past. So you had to make your own way. Okay. But I'm feeling like in the past, there was an opportunity to do something. You went possibly by yourself, and left other people behind because they weren't able to do something. And there's nothing wrong with that. I am speaking primarily as an only child, so I know how to, I have, an adopted brother, but technically I'm an only child. And so for me, I had to learn how to entertain myself. Now, I had friends and things of that nature, and I had family and cousins and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I was always by myself. And so I'm not one to usually wait around for other people. If I know I'm going to do something, I set a goal, I get that money up, and I go. That's just me. Okay. If you're not able to go and I give, tell you, hey, I'm going to this place, you're welcome to come. I never really do a real invite. I just inform people. And if they want to tag along, then you have to put your money up to go. That's point blank, period. And so that's just me personally. Now, I've done like drinks at happy hour. I've done, get somebody something to eat every now and again. And there's nothing wrong with that. But on big things like trips and things like that, I'm expecting somebody to kick in occasionally. It's just out of respect. Okay. Now, when we get to a certain level of a connection, especially with friendships or even in a relationship, then you get those fringe benefits of, you know what, I got this, just bring spending money or just pay for your ticket, to a certain degree. Okay. And usually there's some reciprocity. Okay. That's, out of respect, and that's just courtesy. Okay. But not everybody does that. So, this is where that enlightenment comes in, where you start realizing, I don't have the patience to constantly keep doing the things that I've been doing. Like I don't mind being a good friend, but it's like, it's digging into my pockets, thus this future energy. Okay. because you have this Seven of Inspiration, which is Seven of Wands, which in regular Rider's Waite, you see someone trying to pretty much protect themselves or defend themselves from all these wands coming at them, okay? In this instance, you have someone kind of surrounded by black with this star above their head, and they're stretching their arms out to block things out, okay? And so it's very kind of geometrical, if you will, around this person that's kind of kneeling with their arms wide. And then you have the Four of Pentacles next to it, which is talking about holding back, okay? And so it may be a situation, future energy, that you start defending yourself as to why you're not able to start to keep spending money on this person, because you have things that you need to do as well, okay? And it could be outside of experiences, it could be for work, or it could be a hobby that you're trying to work on, or saving up for something. Maybe you have a move coming up, okay? Which you're a grown adult, you shouldn't have to explain to yourself, to other people, why you yourself are, holding back on finances, okay? It's your choice, okay? And you can stop being the ATM for other people, okay, at any given point in time. So that's what's possible to happen in your future occurrence if it has not already occurred, okay? This is just the energy that's around the situation at this time, okay, for you Gemini, okay, or Gemini placements, okay? So be mindful that there is going to be something, like I said, that is going to stunt the ability of either being able to do something because you have things that you need to work on. It could be a repair for your house. Something is going to stop you from being able to do something, okay? And again, is going to be possibly a discussion of why you can't do something when you're usually the go-to person putting out most of the finances, okay? Or if you're not putting out finances, you're the go-to person to actually plan said events, okay? And maybe right now you don't have time for it, okay? So let's see what's clarifying the Sun at the bottom of the deck. We have Five of Inspiration, which is Five of Wands, okay? More wand energy. You do have the High Priestess underneath the Sun, okay? And so using your intuition, okay? Getting enlightenment, maybe reviewing things of the past, okay? As we have the Five of Inspiration here, there are at least a couple of mirrors floating around with at least five of the same person, almost like mirrors, windows, kind of spread about, okay? And I think it's some reflecting that's going to be going on. Usually with Five of Wands, you usually see people fighting, okay? And you could be just fighting internally with yourself, okay? Fighting with identity, possibly, okay? And how you want to be identified with the relationships that you hold, okay? Very deep, okay? Again, if you have Capricorn in your chart, in your birth chart, in a particular placement that's important to you, go watch the Capricorn Heart's Desire reading, because that could be some more enlightenment for you, okay? But within this enlightenment, you are going to start questioning your involvement with certain people, places, and things, and possibly, how to change some things around, okay? So and it's for your benefit, not anyone else's, okay? So let's get into the Heart Oracle here so we can get your advice for what is to come to kind of help you guys out, Gemini, okay? 3 shuffles, and then we'll cut by 3s. And, I'll tell you the same as I did with Capricorn or maybe Virgo. And I possibly even said this before. I'm going to do one more shuffle here. it may be a hard decision that you have to make, but it's almost considered like a sacrifice, if you will, because it's for your highest good. Okay. Try not to make yourself go into this like guilty conscience, especially if there's longevity or history there. Okay. Because people, places, and things are either around for a reason or a season. Okay. And either way, there's a lesson to be learned. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, we have share the love. Okay. Share the love. Number 3 at the bottom of the deck. Okay. We have a hand here with a heart stone in the palm. Okay. So share the love. And we have a couple of like couples in the background, like silhouettes of a couple. Okay. And so I feel as though, share in the heart, there is kind of like a breakage in the middle where it looks like some kind of beam or light coming out of the middle of it. Okay. So, point blank period, kind of share your feelings and emotions. Like I said, I did see the 6 of Cups while I was shuffling one of the decks, the deck to start the main spread, which is Mystic Mondays. And I was pretty much like, okay, there's some type of sharing. And so maybe really sharing what you're feeling, okay, when it comes to these particular connections, okay? If it's one particular connection that you're trying to be patient with, come from a loving place, okay? Be, considerate. Don't be too crass, okay, Geminis? Just be honest and forthright, but considerate of the other person's feelings, okay? In a sense of not, weighing too heavy on what it is that you're tired of, but what, you feel. You can start by saying, I feel as though, okay? And try to compliment the person at the same time of, what you appreciate out of the connection before you talk about what you don't appreciate out of the connection, okay? And you could easily kind of start, distancing yourself while only giving them a certain part of yourself that you are willing to share, okay? But it is talking about your keywords here are friendship, celebration, rejoice, and community, okay? And so you do have 5 up underneath, which is change your focus, okay? And so there is a change that is coming, okay, for all of us this year, okay, in the sense of, again, finding that inner strength to accept the change that needs to be done or has already happened, okay? You're entering a period of joy and tranquility. However, this card speaks of friendship rather than romance, suggesting that this is an opportune time to connect with friends. For the time being, let go of any desires, anxiety, or stress around romantic relationships. Instead, focus on your relationships with your friends. Turn to them for support if you need it, and find reasons to celebrate with them. Thus, that get together situation, okay? Rejoice in the fact that they'll always be there for you and you for them, okay? And these are the friends for some of you, Gemini, like I said, that are like-minded, that are conscientious, things of that nature. Not the ones that are somewhat of a hindrance or burdensome in a sense, okay? Or have been as of late, okay? Community is also important at this time. Get out of your house and away from your own concerns. How can you positively contribute to your community? Reach out to your neighbors. Is there an activity group or support group that you've thought about joining? Do it now. This is a great way to meet new people who could turn into lifelong friends. Feel the joy of connecting with others and sharing your love in that way. Okay? So, this could be a situation, like I said earlier, Geminis, where you are looking for a new soul tribe. Like I said, people who are like-minded, okay? If you're dealing with a lot of people around you that have a lot of drama going on, their values don't match yours, then it might be time for you to change your environment or the people that you talk to on a regular basis, okay? Slowly but surely. Okay, just try your best not to get into a situation um, like we've discussed in the Tap Into Your Soul readings about becoming a different person with different people. Okay, that's when you start stretching yourself thin, and then there could be a huge blowout. Okay, because after a while that gets exhausting. Okay, trying to be different personalities or versions of yourself just to appease the people around you because you don't want to, disconnect from people. But again, people change, places change. Okay, um, it's just the way of life. Okay, um, and that, it may sound crass, but it's something that comes with age. Okay, I literally just turned 40 this week on Wednesday, and I am always constantly in enlightenment and reflection of my own life. And I refuse to sacrifice who I am as a person just to appease other people. It does not matter who it is, I don't discriminate. Okay, so again, it's hard. And Gemini, I have your sign and my Venus. So I guess he didn't say, oh, I can easily, kind of flip a coin, if you will, and be one way one day and another way the next day. But I'm really consistent. I will say that much. As a Taurus, I am consistent. Okay, when it comes to those types of situations. Okay, so I totally get it. If you're feeling, a little bit guilty, but don't. Okay, this is about your sanity and about the type of people that you want around you, because you want positive, evolving energy around you. You don't want to continue to stay or feel stagnant, because I don't judge or never really judged my friends. I only went by my values and what I wanted around me. And so you have to think on those lines and not so much of, it's not about being on your high horse. It's about having sanity and peace, inner peace. Okay. And not everybody is ready for that. They'll be ready at their own time. Okay. You can only lead by example. All right. So it says surrender to trust. Surrender to trust for the power of surrender. Okay. This is your final advice. Okay. Trust yourself and your decisions. Okay. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Okay. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Okay. Surrender to trust. Okay. Write down, journal how you're feeling, and kind of go from there. Okay. You will have to contemplate on this for quite some time, but do not let anyone sway you from what it is that you are trying to achieve in your life for you. Okay. Because you should come first. Okay. Not what other people want you to do first. Okay. Especially if it's more so to benefit them and not yourself. Okay. So with that being said, Gemini, that is all that I have for you guys for now. Again, I will see you guys next month for your next reading. Until then, peace.